Hello crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I'm here with something new and exciting from Glassboard Studio. This is their new Scrapbook craft mat. This is 24 inches long. It is made for two 12 by 12 layouts and 12 inches tall, really about 14 inches overall, because down here you get another inch or inch and a quarter on each end, okay? Really fun. This is great for scrapbookers. You can see right here the center line where it says 12. Then look at that intersection point. So if you like to line up things, there are points here where there is 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches for your 4 quads. On this side for your matting layers, 2 by 2, 3 by 4, 3 by 4 again. There is the portrait and landscape version, 4 by 4, 4 by 6, 4 by 6 again, also portrait, landscape. 5 by 7 portrait and landscape. So you see the numbers there? You also get this. Now I like to peel this off and then stick it underneath the bottom on the magnetic side. So this is a magnetic craft mat, just like all the other Glassboard Studio glass craft mats. If you would like to get one, you can use the code Suzanne15, which will give you 20% off instead of the usual 15% off site-wide. So it's this glass craft mat, the other glass craft mats, also all the accessories. There's some new accessories there as well. So you can definitely check out the Glassboard Studio website and then just put in the code, okay? I will put a link below for a few of the items I'm going to show you and a general link for everything Glassboard Studio. So just click the link and then put in the code Suzanne15. It says you can use those super strong rare earth magnets. I like to use their magnets with their mat. I don't want to mess with, loose little magnets. You could, but I don't do that. Then there are some conditions to keep in mind to keep your mat pristine, which I like as well. Some jewelry can scratch your glass. Hard objects like glass containers can damage the glass. Try not to press too hard when cutting. So you could use a craft knife on it. I don't. I like to keep mine, just like they said, in pristine condition. I'll use a little cutting mat on here to do any cutting, but I generally don't use that. I do die cutting and such. And when I bring a machine on here, I always go very slowly. I don't slam it on here, okay? So your glass board is scratch resistant, not scratch proof. So if you have heavy jewelry, it might scratch things like bracelets and all that. Also, do not submerge this. I'm surprised they didn't put that here. You can clean the top with isopropyl alcohol. I just use a Bounty paper wipe and spritz this on and clean it. I do ink blending. You can get wet glue on it. I like to clean it before the glue dries so you don't have to use so much elbow grease to clean it up. But do not take this to a sink and submerge the whole thing. That's a no-no. Just clean here. You want to flip it over and gently wipe it off. That's fine too, because rarely do you get underneath here, okay? Glassboard Studio was kind enough to reach out to me and ask me if I would love to give this a try. I said absolutely. I love the detail on this one too, so I'll talk about that in a second. For die cutting, I will use my Platinum 6 die cut machine. You see all of this? I don't slam it on here. I just gently put it on, open it up like so, and go to die cutting. Fold it up back. I even use a smaller machine on here. Just don't throw it on. Just gently put it on, okay? And you will be fine. I have an existing Glassboard Studio craft mat. I couldn't put this on top of it because this is longer than my existing one. I have the standard 18 by 24 inch. There's even a larger size. I don't own that one, but it would be nice if I had my craft room done. Then yes, I would get that one. Crafters, I'm cleaning my glass mat with some isopropyl alcohol because this is the one that I use most of the time. This is my 13.5 by 18 inch as well. See, when it's clean, it'll start squeaking. And crafters, here's the smallest size. I use this one for travel. This is the 9 by 12. So I went to a crop last week. I did carry this one. She performed fabulously, especially with some of the new accessories. This I've had for a long time. Here is the underside with the metal. This is what you don't want to submerge, okay? 20% off. This is the time to get it if you would like to get it. If your budget is tight, you can start off with this 9 by 12. If you can go a little bit further with the 20% off, get the 13.5 by 18. You can also get this new one because notice too that here you're seeing like a light gray I love the true white. This is true white. This is also true white, but you notice the graphic. This is much more brighter. So maybe they're testing this. I've never seen it this bright and detailed underneath in terms of looking at your measurements. But as a scrapbooker, card maker, that's important to you. So now it's black underneath instead of these lighter colors, okay? It just peels off like so. And I like to just stick this on the bottom. That's just me. And I'm going to clean it now, spritzing on some isopropyl alcohol. We should have plenty of it from the time of COVID. This is another reason why I love this. And this is a low glare craft mat. So when I'm filming like this, it doesn't reflect every single thing, which is really, really nice. The only time you'll see something is if I bring the light directly on it like that. But out here, you aren't seeing it bouncing like crazy, right? So that's really, really nice as well. Something to keep in mind. If you do a lot of layouts, crafting, and reflections bother you, and you want to see, this is a good one to consider because I'm liking these colors. And there is a card making section over here. There's even more. This is the matting layer. I just noticed that, seeing that I took this up. So you can do your matting layers on this as well. Then there are these angles. So that might be interesting to some of you. If you're doing like a paper piecing style of layouts, you could use these angles too because there are lots of intersections here. This coming from this bottom and this coming here. Right here in the center, that line, it cuts 2 by 2 in half, 4 by 4 in half. That's interesting. I like this center line though. This is really nice with the 0 here in the center, then it counts out. But it does count from 1 to 12. And then this would be your 13, 14, etc. all the way up to 24. But you can do one side layout. So let me show you a Winnie the Pooh layout. This is one side, filling in your 12 by 12. So you can craft like this, fun. Here is the other side. So here is a full 12 by 24 layout. Some things that might be important to you as a scrapbooker. You notice this line right here. You see right there? It's at 1 7/8 of an inch for this. Then it comes out to a little bit past 2 1/4, a little bit past, what is this, 10 1/4. You see how you can do those measurements because you have that 0 line. So these two sides can be equal if you're doing a full layout like this. I do appreciate that this is giving me that 0 point that I can then know this and this is equal and how they fall and how to line up things. So I could use the top here if I wanted to do a 1-inch strip, come all the way down to here. Thumbs way up for that. That's really, really cool. And then now for the photos, that's what you can put over here in the different sizes. If I wanted to do the starting page, I could then go 5 by 7. Here, it does have that matting layer too. And out here, it does have that 1/8 of an inch for like the 5 by 7, 4 by 6. You see it? Because I do like to do a 1/4 inch for that side. So you see how you can also line it up just to make sure that is straight. Sometimes if your trimmer's off or you're at a crop, these can help you. If you are going to take this to the crop, I suggest carrying it with the way that it's shipped. It's shipped in a huge box, even for my 9 by 12. And you notice I'm using right here to line up with that. Even for my 9 by 12 at the crop that I went to, I am still using the original box that it came in. This is how it arrived to me. My address is underneath this. But I like to pack it up like this because I'm transporting it in a car, on a plane, whatever. So I do carry it like this in the original box it comes in. So if you're going to carry this to a crop, carry it in the box. Don't carry it free. Kind of big anyway for your scrap bag, etc. So I would just carry it in the box. Just put a little bit of tape, then seal it up again when you're going home, and then unseal it and seal it up again. They give you really nice sturdy box. This is well over a couple years old now. It's still going strong. I put this at the bottom of a box and then I put everything on top of it because she's so big. So then I stack cards and stuff on top of it. Let me show you some new items that have come. One of them I don't have, but I'll show you the rest. New in store if you want to add to this beauty to hold your ephemera or your die cut pieces. This is the craft catcher. And at this size, this is kind of fun. You can see the small size, large size, and medium size. All three come together. This comes in at $24.99 for all three in a multitude of colors. So you can put your ephemera and all sorts of goodies. Crafters, I'm going to demo how to use this because it's easier to show you on a 9 by 12. Even if you're an artist, you could use this too. If you do bits and you do collaging and all that type of stuff or journaling. So at the crop, this did come in handy. So here's a die set. And what I would do is take out the dies I was going to use. I'd put it over here like so and just have my little small die cut machine and run it I would have my dies here, use it and put it here. So I didn't have to keep putting it back. So I'd have my dies here. I'd have my die cut pieces. I could put, like, let's say I'm just using the twigs only. I'd put the twigs up here, keep all the other pieces, keep on cutting more and adding more, and then continue making my card. You could do the same thing on this. You could do the same thing on any one of the sizes. It's just smaller with this, but it's easy for me to show you everything here at one time. Then when you're done, you just lift it up because this slides right in here. So it'll do the same thing on this one. It's just so big to show you, but all of them, this fits, okay? Any size, which is nice. You can empty from one into the other. Now let's say I'm doing a fall layout. Look at this. I can bring in all my ephemera, work with existing die cuts on a card base, and then also do this. Or in the 12 by 12, definitely have this on the side with your ephemera. Bring on all my bits and such and work all three. So all three sizes can work. You can keep gems, ephemera over here. You can keep die cuts here, and then you can keep all your scrapbooking bits here, photos here. And it empties out so easily. So I found this super convenient at a crop. And then when I was done for the night, I'll just put up the things like this, slide it in here, and I'm done. You can do the same thing with the 12 by 24. Crafters, if you are a card maker, album maker, you make journals, you do ink blending, even mixed media can work on here because a lot of those mediums can clean off of this. There is also this fun new item. This is called the Mag Ink Tray. You'll get 2 for $29, available in a multitude of colors. So fun. So here are some standard ink pads, and this is what will fit in there. This is Hero Arts. This is Stellar Ink. This is Simon Says Stamp Ink. So you see how it fits? Plus, crafters, it's magnetized. So you can keep it over here to the side. You can use this side as your palette with your ink blending brush. Work on your layout. Do some ink blending on it. Then when you're done, lift up the layout, spray on the isopropyl alcohol, and wipe it off with your cloth again. Yay, love that. So I can smush like this and make a mess, do my thing, spritz it with water, do some ink smushing too. Bring in my isopropyl alcohol like so. Wipe the whole thing clean. This is why I love this glass mat, and I love this new take with the black. This is such nice contrast for your eyes. See? Picked up all the ink. So there is the Mag Ink Tray if you want to get this for your new 12 by 24 mat. Craft Catcher, you can get it white and white. So any colorway, there's about maybe 15 or 20 colors, lots of colors. There's also a new item that they did not send me. I have this one, which is called the ink stand. This does not have a magnet, but they have a new one, which is called the Mag Ink Quad. It's made for your mini inks. You'll get 2 of them for $29.99. You'll get 1 set of 4, and I'm showing you the graphic here, and another set of 4. So you could have your 4 ink pads here and then the 4 tops. It's nice to have the 2 of them working at the same time. Crafters, if you don't get the full-size ink pads, you might get a lot of minis. I have minis from different companies just to save on cost. It's nice that they give you this in 2 pieces because you'll put a piece on the bottom, and then the second piece will be for your top. Now, the reason why it's important to have that top, you see underneath here, you don't know what color this is. You only know the color based on the top. If I do this, keep them out here and mix it up and bring this like so, I just switched my inks. That will be the darkest one. This will be the lighter one. And when you start mixing different color families, that's when drama happens. So I always like to have this piece. They have it as 2 separate pieces, okay? Or I don't know if it's linked together because I don't have it. So I'm not sure how it goes, but I know it's magnetized. So you can magnetize it. See, mine just slides, but you could magnetize it up here, work, push it over here, magnetize it, work on your 12 by 12 on one side, then come over here, work on your other 12 by 12. Isn't that fun? When you are done, then you just lift them up like so. So this I bought a couple years back, but I'm really looking at that new ink quad. So I like to keep my inks in order like so, from light to dark. So mixing it up, that would drive me completely insane. I really like that they gave you the top and bottom for this. And for this one, I would just keep 1 darker color over here, maybe 1 here, or light on the top, dark, etc. You can also use this for like little bits and then pour it through that edge. Or if your nails are long, you can also get to lift things out, because coming in like so, if your nails are very long, it's hard to reach in there, right? Also, crafters, there are magnets, so you can definitely check that out. Here is the original. There is also their ruler. That's magnetized as well. So this is all magnetized. Isn't that interesting? And there is also their customizable Hex Flex organizer. I love this thing. So I have mine set like this, but you can change it like so and have it configured different ways. I've been working with it like this. It's really, really fun. You can put scissors and all sorts of goodies. So I just wanted to introduce you to this beautiful new edition, the scrapbook edition of the glass craft mat. Love, 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 love. If you want to get something else and take advantage of that 20%, then you can apply it site-wide to everything in store. So if you want to get the 18 by 24, yay! This is beautiful though. I really love this. Thanks so much, Glassboard Studio, for sending me this. I think this is fun. This is a little bit longer than the 18 by 24, but shorter this way, vertical. So this is truly for scrapbooking. Love it, love it, love it. You can use it for other things too. Okay, crafters, don't forget to use the code Suzanne15 and click my link to get 20% off site-wide. Thanks again, Glassboard Studio, for sending me this beautiful glass craft mat. So I brought my camera lower so you can get a better feel of the sizing and what it looks like closer up. This is generally how I film at this height. I just brought it up higher because it goes so wide. So here it is with all the grids and all the goodies. Alrighty, crafters, everything will be detailed and linked below that I showed you. Thanks so much for watching. Until the next video, definitely check out this scrapbook version of the Glassboard Studio glass craft mat. And if you would like to win a Glassboard Studio glass craft mat, every month they run a craft mat of the month. I think this month's contest is over, but you can definitely check it in December. So if your budget is tight, enter to win every single month on the Glassboard Studio glass craft mat page. Alrighty, crafters, check out this beauty from Glassboard Studio. So fun. Until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye!